It's day 23 of Fearless Living Boot Camp, and I actually stopped my practice this morning just so that I could share something with you, kind of in the moment for me. This has been a really big week. There is something going on with the energies right now that is just really, really strong, and I went very deep to confront some fears, not some fears. I literally went diving into the cesspool of my emotions. And I just went there, and I reached a really deep level of understanding who I am, why I came to Earth, and this process of awakening is really powerful. So I want to tell you that this Monday, I think it's October 12th, today is Saturday, so October 12th is the new moon. And I am going to be, I think, having a new moon ceremony at my home. That's if it works out. So I'm telling you about it now. I will be sending out a formal invitation if in fact we're going to do it, because I have to make arrangements and I have to think things through. But the reading that I'm getting this morning is so powerful. I feel like it has to be done, even if I go and do it in a park or, go and find a studio to offer it. This new moon is a powerful new moon because it is kind of opposite Uranus. So it's the new moon and it's facing Uranus. Uranus is the planet of surprise and unexpected events, but it's also our connection with the psychic world. So the moon is about intuition and emotions. It's about the mystery and the feeling nature. It's about our connection to water and to the divine feminine. That is going to be a new moon, so the moon is very, very empty. And it's time for us to fill this vessel with whatever we're going to fill it with. So the Uranus has all this psychic power and our ability to reach, to tune into the energetic world. The new moon is also about using our intuition to access the energetic world. And so there's an opportunity for great change to happen around us, and how we roll with that change and how we've been behaving up until this moment, how we've been dealing with our emotions, how we've been setting ourselves up for, how we've been managing our fear, how fear has been acting in our lives, whether it's been a catalyst for great change or whether it's been a catalyst for more fear, more anxiety. That's going to be it's going to play a really big role in how we feel in the next year, because each new moon sets you up for the coming year. So I'm going to be having what's coming in is to prepare a meditation and an activation. Actually, I don't feel that it's going to be an activation. I feel that it's going to be a meditation that's going to help us align. First, we're going to release that which no longer serves us, and we're going to set ourselves up to be in alignment with the things that we desire. And we're going to bring in great support for us during this next year. Great support to help us move into our desires, great support to move closer to a place of love and comfort, not from outside things, but comfort within. A greater partnership with our own soul, with our higher self, greater connection to the elementals, to the devas, to the angels, to the ascended masters even, bringing in a stronger sense of connection to the great all, understanding that all the negative things that we've experienced are serving us and helping us release those things that have served us and we no longer need. If you are ready to step into your power and as a positive co-creator with the universe, as a conscious co-creator with the universe, this is an ideal time to do it. And that's what I want to work with. That's the energy that I want to bring in for those of us who are ready to consciously co-create with the universe. Now, so I'd like to do this on Monday evening. I'd like to start it at 7 o'clock. Again, I think Monday is the 12th of October. Yes, it is. So I just need to arrange it. I'd like to do it here at my home. That might not be possible. Otherwise, I'd do it in the park. If I can do it at my home, I am sharing this beautiful space with a vegan chef, and she's really a food alchemist. I've tasted her food, and she is just so awesome. She's awesome. And but I have to, I need to make sure she's available, and there just need to be some things that work out. So if we do it, it's going to be awesome to bring the community together and to really create just a circle of healing and love and light and a wonderful opportunity to release in this beautiful space that we've co-created. I really, really, really am looking forward to it. I just feel so strongly this energy that's coming through. And so as I'm working on myself, the last few days have been so intense with going into my shadow and understanding what I'm ready to release to step into my power. And I want to share this with you. I want to share it with you, not so that you can know my story, although I'll share my story with you here, but I want to share the healing with you so that you can step into your power and release your trauma, your all those negative things that have contributed so greatly to your understanding, your expression of God, but releasing those things so that you can now be more creative and more powerful in yourself. This is such a wonderful opportunity that's coming forth. And I'm going to stop this video because I want to go back to my own affirmation for this day, my own understanding. But I have to read to you what came forth for me because I've been wanting to do this new moon ceremony. And as I'm sitting here, what I wrote in my last so what I'm understanding about my own journey is that there have been some behaviors that have alienated me from the mystery of life. Now, we are here to be in the mystery of life and to work and dance with the mystery of life, not to alienate or separate ourselves from the mystery of life, but to go deeper into the mystery. Now, when we go deeper into the mystery, it triggers our fear. So what I'm doing personally is pushing into the fear, pushing into the mystery and saying, hey, mystery, I surrender to you and I want to release the fear that separates me from the mystery. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at my fear. I'm looking at every single thing, every emotion. I'm taking it individually, so as I go through my day, when a fear comes up, when an emotion comes up that's showing me that I have fear, that's promoting this emotion, I'm taking a moment, I'm pausing, I'm acknowledging it, I'm writing it down, and then I'm coming in my private moments and I'm exploring, and I'm engaging with my spirit guides to tell me more. And they've been telling me so much about myself and what's going on. So I'm at the point right now where I'm talking about these feelings of alienation that I sometimes experience in different situations. And I'm really tuned into these feelings. And I feel like there's that I'm having this tremendous breakthrough. And so I pulled a tarot card to show me why these feelings are serving me, and how I'm helping to extend and to expand the divinity, and how I'm helping to bring divinity into material form, and what this breakthrough is meaning for me. It's really powerful, and I want to read you this card, and what it means, and why this new moon ceremony is so important for us. It's a long reading, so I'm actually going to get myself in a more comfortable position. I think this is probably good. All right, so it's the moon, and the card is number 18, and I'm using the Druid deck. So the card represents psychic awakening, dreams, imagination, deep revelation of the feminine mysteries, withdrawal, facing fears. Isn't this just phenomenal? This is such a phenomenal card. Okay. A waxing crescent. Oh, and I should show you the card so that you can see it. Okay, so you see there's the water, there's the wolf and the dog, and then there's the gate, the portal through which you pass, and there's the moon, yeah, there for us. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read what this means to you because it's so important. A waxing crescent moon is in the sky, its pale light reflected in the sea. In the foreground, a crab crawls out of the water. Beyond are two standing stones that form a gateway. These are the two stones depicted in the High Priestess card, but we are looking at them now from the other side, just out to sea. Between the shoreline and the stones stand a wolf and a dog, baying at the moon. A rough path leads from the shore between the two dogs and the stones, and wends its way through the hills on the distant horizon. The two stones represent the gateway of fear that leads to rebirth, and the wolf and the dog are guardians of the threshold, and also potential allies and guides into the other world that lies beyond the gateway. The significance of the moon. The path through life can sometimes be difficult, but the more we enter into the mystery of existence, the richer the rewards. However far we have traveled, we can still fall victim to delusion and illusion, and yet this is no reason for us to hold back. Fear has its place in protecting us from danger and clarifying our emotional limits, but this card tells us that fear can also be our ally and teacher. The dog and the wolf sit baying at the moon, and it takes courage to walk between them, and on through the gateway of stones, up that lonely and rocky path that leads to a destination we cannot see. But if we have the courage to do this, we will discover that the dog and the wolf become our allies, guides in the other world who will protect us and show us the way. So I want to just interject right here and tell you about when I was in India last year. Right before I went to India, I was sitting in Bali, and I was very comfortable in Bali, and I had just come to a feeling of comfort in my life where for 6 months I was in discomfort. And I finally in Bali felt like I had met my groove. I was doing yoga for hours, and I was strong, and I was eating holistically, and I was meditating, and I was peaceful, I was calm. I'd been like on this silent retreat for a month, and I was just like really in a wonderful place. And what came up for me was that I have to go to India. And when I decided, I was like, I want to go to India, but I'm so afraid to go to India because of what's going to happen there. And I sat down and I went through my process of facing my fear, and this card came up. And in the moment when I was reading this card and I was looking at it, and a knowledge came to me. A download of information came, and it said, you're going to go to a place and there's going to be a wolf and a dog there. And you are going to befriend these animals. They're going to come to you and they're going to be your spirit guides. And I read this card and I'm like, a wolf and a dog are going to be my spirit guides in India? Well, interestingly, I sat down and I found an ashram. And I loved this ashram, Santosh Puri Ashram in Haridwar, India, northern India. And anyway, so I'm like, wow, this is really an interesting download, but okay, I'm going to go with the flow of it. You know, I invite this in, I invite this transformation, I invite these spirit guides. Well, when I get to India in this ashram, there are 4 dogs there. And 2 boys and 2 girls. There was Mangala and Karam. Those were the 2 boy dogs. And there was Shanti and Pushti. Those were the 2 female dogs. Well, Pushti was a white Labrador, and Shanti was a brown wolf-looking dog. She looked like a wolf. She was like a German Shepherd, but she looked like a wolf. Well, take a look at these 2 dogs in this picture. Or there's the wolf and the dog. The white dog and the brown wolf. Yeah? Tell me that I'm not a powerful manifester. So when I get to this ashram, right? Last year, I was very much a cat person. I get to this, and so when I was told that I was going to have these 2 dog guides, I was like, yeah, whatever, you know, like I'm not really a dog person, but I'm going to do this thing. So I get to this ashram, and Pushti and Shanta in particular, would not leave my side. Shanta would follow me all around the ashram, and when I would leave the ashram, she would go about her business. When I came back, she was at my side. Pushti would hang out with me, but, you know, it was really Shanta, the wolf aspect, that wild woman. The wolf represents the wild woman. And just the whole transformation that I went through in India, the deep confrontation of myself, the deep confrontation of my fears, the redemption of myself, the proclamation of my desire to connect to myself, the open pathways of myself. Those were all led by these 2 spirit guides. They were there. It was as if like going to India was walking through the portals, right? And these making the spirit guides, making Shanta and Pushti my protectors, which is what they felt like. They were there for me all the time. Like, I can't even tell you how powerful it was. Most people at that ashram would say that they never got any attention at all from these dogs. And they so rose to the occasion for me. Shanta would sleep outside my door. I'd go in, I'd come out in the middle of the night in fear, and I'd come out to get air because in my room there was just so much all my anxiety and my worry were piling up, I'd come out and Shanta would be right outside my door. So powerful. She changed everything. I have this rapport with dogs now that I have never had before because of this relationship. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the card and I'm going to write some more about my experience there. Let me go back to where I was. So the significance of the moon. The path through life can sometimes be difficult, but the more we enter into the mystery of existence, the richer the rewards. However far we have traveled, we can still fall victim to delusion and illusion, and yet this is no reason for us to hold back. Fear has its place in protecting us from danger and clarifying our emotional limits, but this card tells us that fear can also be our ally and teacher. The dog and the wolf sit baying at the moon, and it takes courage to walk between them and on through the gateway of stones up that lonely and rocky path that leads to a destination we cannot see. But if we have the courage to do this, we will discover that the dog and the wolf become our allies, guides in the other world who will protect us and show us the way. It is said that the card of the moon reveals what the high priestess conceals, and here we enter the realm of the goddess and the deepest feminine mysteries. In the card of the high priestess, we see her drawing down the moon and acting as a human intermediary between us and the goddess and the moon. Now she has stepped aside, and we can contact these forces directly if we can overcome our fear and the dangers of delusion. The moon is associated with menstruation and thus with the reproductive process, which means that this card is associated with creation, with the process of rebirth, of birth, death, and rebirth. Sorry, I'm going to read that again. The moon is associated, I need to get this at a better angle. The moon is associated with menstruation and thus with the reproductive process, which means that this card is associated with creation, with the processes of rebirth, death, and birth. I keep reading it wrong. I'm so caught up on rebirth, I keep saying it first, but it reads birth, death, and rebirth. All my unconscious processes are acting out right now. And hence creativity in all its forms. As we enter the realm of the moon, we come to a source of creativity, the world of imagination and of dreams, a mysterious and intriguing realm that can ensnare us in delusion as well as inspire us with visions. It is the realm of enchantment, which can be both positive and negative. It is here that we must use our powers of discrimination, as depicted in justice, which lies directly above the moon when the major arcana are laid out in 3 rows. At the center of each of these 3 rows, or 3 levels of initiation, is a card that represents a test or challenge, the Lord, justice, and the moon. The challenge offered by the moon is to confront your fears and use your discrimination to separate truth from illusion, while at the same time allowing yourself to be open to the realm of the imagination and of psychic vision. So that's what I wanted to share with you today in this particular video. I want to invite you to join me for my new moon ceremony on Monday. I've decided that I will be doing it. Please email me if you want a private invitation. It's crystalLynn@spiritcentric.com. So that's CrystalLynn @spiritcentric, SpiritCentric.com. Send me an email if you want a personal invitation, and if you're serious about coming, because it's going to be in my home. I feel like it's going to be in my home. I might be wrong on that, but I have a feeling it's going to be here in my home. And I want to customize an invitation because this is my home. And I want to make sure that I'm, really putting a lot of intention and raising the vibration of this event. It feels so powerful for me. And yeah, so it's going to be this Monday at 7 p.m. And okay, I think that's all for now. So I want to sign off. And just to hit today's affirmation for Fearless Living Bootcamp, it's day number 3. And day number 3, sorry, just getting to my notes. I think I have them here, actually. Yes. Okay, for affirmation number 3, it's responsibility. And I have this affirmation of responsibility because for fearlessness, because responsibility gives you the freedom to be yourself, right? And I'm going to end the video very soon, but I just want to read the affirmation. I take responsibility for my own actions. I am willing to accept the consequences of following my own path. I expect positive, joyful outcomes to all of my choices. I have faith in myself and I trust that I am capable. My sense of power and trustful optimism makes it easy for me to allow others to experience the joy and power of taking responsibility for their moods, reactions, and behaviors. I trust myself as a being fully aligned with Source, and I am aware, know, and understand that the outside world is an outpicturing of my beliefs, and that what I experience in the material world is a reflection of my own internal dynamics. I accept the responsibility to look within for solutions to help me change the outside world. All right, friends, so that's our affirmation for today for Fearless Living Bootcamp. If you want more information about it, then please email me, Facebook me, write me, find me. All right, friends, looking forward to connecting with you again soon. All right, bye for now.